Vroom, 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 vroom.
We bought a truck! We sold our van to White. Oh, so sad! But they were such a cool couple, and we're so excited because now we get to pull our beautiful RV and we get to go to Michigan. Here we go. We are on our way to buy our truck.
We found a truck, selling the van. Here we go.
Here we go.
It's about time to head north.
Let's go.
Woo. So neither one of us have ever pulled anything behind any sort of vehicle ever, much less a 44-foot, 18,000-pound fifth wheel. So we wanted to make sure we had the absolute best case scenarios for everything involved in that process, and that started with having a really strong truck. So we needed a 1-ton and we wanted a dually just to make sure, again, best case scenarios. So we looked all over, went and saw a bunch, and finally picked one out. And here it is, the F350
Super Duty
Lariat, 6.7 liter diesel. We wanted the diesel for the extra power.
I heard this is important for being up in Michigan because there's lots of deer, and I love deer, but I also love my truck now, so.
We wanted the dually for the extra stability, and the 6.7 liter Power Stroke engine from Ford is a very highly rated engine. I'm sure everyone has their pros and cons for everyone though.
Oh, the grand reveal.
Thanks for coming in. We'll need to get some floor mats for it, but other than that, floor mats and some tires.
Dang, it's massive. We got the back seats for the toots. It'll be nice and comfy. We could just lift up the seats and they'll have the whole floor. It's gonna be perfect. Word!
Whoa, it's so big and fat.
We made it. Oh, also, what? I'm so jealous he gets to drive it back. Wah. It's just the seats are comfier for him, so. Well, that's fine. Here we go. Old chippy doodah. Dang, brother! Look at them hips. Hips don't lie. All right, so that turned into a little bit more of an adventure than we were ready for. I guess the little dealer that we bought it from didn't put any freaking coolant in it, the truck.
So there I was, just driving along. I'd left the little dealership that we bought the truck from about 30 minutes ago, and a warning light popped up on the dash that said low fuel pressure. And then immediately another one popped up that said engine over temp, turn off vehicle. So I immediately pulled over on the side of the road expecting the absolute worst. Because you never know. We just bought this thing. It's a used vehicle, has a fair few miles on it, so
But then we pull over and Avery opens the hood, realizes there's no freaking coolant.
Continue on State Highway 121 north for 2 miles.
So we're on the side of this highway, like amongst the side roads of an airport randomly. And so I pull over with him and we're like, okay, so I need to go get some coolant. There's an O'Reilly's 15 minutes from here. Drive there, tell him the situation. We're still on the side of the road. We think we bought a lemon. Let's figure out what kind of coolant we need, shall we? And he's like, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, here's this brand, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember what it is, but I was like, great, thank you. He looked up the computer. It was good to go. So I got 2 gallons of that stuff, or 2 liters, or whatever the heck the freaking jugs are, and bring them back. And then Avery's like, oh, this is the one that needs water dilution. Yay, 50-50. And Avery only brought like, I don't even know what his gallon is, like 3/4 gallon. So we used all of that, and it still wasn't even near filling up the entire coolant tank because it's freaking massive in this truck. So I'm like, cool, cool, cool. I have to run to Shell now. I'm also like almost out of gas. So it was perfect timing, honestly, but didn't add to all of the fun emotions that were going on. So I buy 4 gallons from Shell. I come back to Avery, which was kind of a pain in the ass because I didn't know where he was. We share a location with each other, but there was like multiple highways like stacked on top of each other. So I was like, great, which level are you on? Wonderful. Ended up finding him, but holy Lord. So our little hour and a half to get down here, or 2 hours, I guess, because that's how Dallas is, turned into an 8-hour ordeal. So we're now headed back. Seems like we're gonna need to put the truck in the shop, but luckily the guy who sold it to us, he is going to pay for all of it because he feels really bad, that's cool. So, yeah, I mean, it's driving fine now. Yeah, so noted. Always check your used cars for coolant before you take them out of the freaking driveway. So, good times.
We took it to a local shop called Christian Brothers. They were very nice, a little pricey, but a very nice little shop. And they found that it was just a sensor on the fuel injector that was causing the low fuel message, and that the coolant was just empty. And although we had dumped, 3 gallons in there, it was still low because the system takes 8 gallons of coolant in total. So it was just, a learning experience, of course, as it is when you buy things that you've never had before. So we got our truck back from Christian Brothers. They replaced the little sensor, running great, absolutely awesome. Everything is going fantastic. So the next step is to connect our hitch. Now, another very important aspect of towing a giant fifth wheel is having a very strong, nice hitch. So there's lots of options out there. We went with the B&W Companion, American-made, lifetime warranty, and is also rated. And we also were able to find one the day of in Dallas, which was awesome. A little expensive, but in our opinion, very much worth it for the job that it was going to be doing. A couple of other things that we wanted to make sure that we had was to make our journey a little bit easy, based on some recommendations from a lot of people, is number one, a Garmin specifically made for RVs. Our RV, again, is very large, so we wanted to make sure that we weren't going into spaces that we shouldn't be. So we picked up the new RV Garmin that has the dash cam in it, which was super cool. I really enjoy that. A lot of people say that the RV Garmins maybe might not be worth it for most trips, but again, we just wanted to make sure we would have the least amount of issues. The other thing that we picked up, which was also based on many people's recommendations, is something called the brand we went with is called a tire minder, but they're little sensors that you put onto the tire valves, so you can monitor the pressure and temperature of them from the inside of your truck. So if you have a blowout, or if there's one misbehaving, like the pressure is going up a lot or the temperature is increasing a lot, you can kind of have an advance notice of that to stop it before you get a blowout. So we have a triaxle RV on ours, so we needed one with 6, and the only one we could find with 6 quickly was on Amazon from a company called Tire Minder. Not the most expensive option, but definitely not the cheapest. So we've got all of our gadgets. We're ready to hit the road. Getting there anyway. So we are making our plans. So it's about hours from Dallas to the campground in northern Michigan. This is little Zoe. Hi, little cutie. And about halfway through that, a good stopping point for us anyways, for a couple days to take a little rest and a breather, was in St. Louis. My mom lives there, and we've got some friends there. But right before we were leaving, we got hit with the news that Alpena, which is the closest area to where the campground is, got hit with massive ice storms. Ice storms that they haven't seen, and it took out the entire power grid. So we had to make an adjustment to our stay in St. Louis from 2 days to a week. So we contacted the RV park that we were planning to stay at in St. Louis, called 370 Lakeside Park, which is a very nice park. And we explained to them our dilemma, that we wanted to give northern Michigan a handful of extra days to recover, to get everybody's power back on before we got up there, and needed to get ours on as well. So we called them. They were very accommodating. However, because our stay was going to be extended and we were in a pull-through site, because we were terrified of having to back the trailer up for the first time towing it, they told us that there's a possibility that we're going to have to move sites, which I was fine with. But the lady also said that there was a back-end site that was available. We wouldn't have to move. And I then explained to her that this is our first time towing anything behind any vehicle, and we're very unconfident that we're going to be able to back the trailer into the site correctly. And she assured me that she's a terrible driver, excuse me, and that even she could make it no problem into the site. So we're like, okay, yeah, I don't know, still kind of questionable, but she was nice enough that she reserved both sites for us. And she said, when you guys get here, take a look at the site, and you can decide that when you get here. They're like, oh, that's freaking awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, this is the first time Avery's towed anything in his entire life. Here he goes. Hi, buddy. Dang, you looking mighty fine. Our entire life is in there, so only a little bit of pressure, you know? We got these vicious speed bumps up here that we are avoiding, so that's why it's drawing off to the left. But it's going to be very interesting getting out of here because this road is insane. It's a one-way road both way. Sorry, it's a two-lane road, one lane per side. And it's just so busy all the time. Like there's just never no traffic. I get the tooties! Yay! So fun. Road warrior, baby! All right, he's doing great. Super smooth, nice job.
Thank you. I'm probably just gonna wait a fairly long time, just as a heads up.
Fine with me. We're just hanging out.
We're good on the right?
Woohoo! Yeah. We're making our first big turn. And he crushes. Nice. Nice, baby. But good morning from Joplin, Missouri. We are hanging out with the slides in because we didn't want to have to go through the hassle of setting everything up at 9 p.m. last night. We ended up driving like 6 hours. Avery crushed the driving. We're never of towing in our entire lives. He did amazing. And Zoe here is just adapting to the new setup. Basically, if there's anywhere to lay, she says, put me there, so. But we experienced some thunderstorms this morning. Looks like it's clearing up now, but we're doing good. Huh, buddy? He's a good boy. Yes. Wow, this is a nice park.
When we arrived, Natalie went out to the site to look at it. She thought it was going to be no problem.
We have made it to our St. Louis destination. We're all so excited, as you can see. And this is going to be our site. It'll be our first back-in we've ever done, / Avery, because I'm not doing this, but I will be directing him. And we'll be using our little tricks that we found on YouTube on how to back in, so we'll see if they actually work.
So if you have ever seen a YouTube video about towing a fifth wheel for the first time, about 9 out of 10 of those videos has to deal with how stressful backing up a trailer can be. But very thankfully, Nat was able to communicate very well. She kept her chill calmness while I was trying to navigate pulling and backing the trailer into a spot that I've never done, and it's not easy. I would not recommend it without some practice the first time doing it at an RV park, because it definitely was a bit stressful. But we managed to get it in. Wasn't the straightest once we got there, and it was definitely a little bit muddy, but we did it, mostly thanks to Nat.
I wanted to capture Avery's first attempt at a back-in site, which, in my opinion, is great because it was his first attempt. So here we have it. Not bad at all. Just slightly crooked over here, but honestly, I would not have been able to do this, so. So after a wonderful 1-week stay in St. Louis, we am visiting with my mom and Vaughn and our friends. We got the word that Alpino was all clear, everybody's power was back on. So we decided that we were gonna head on out. So we hit the road. Next stop, Michigan. The campground we're currently at is our last stop before our campground. It's so crazy to say that. Oh my God, holy smokes. These toots are ready for their final journey. to their campground where they could just frolic freely. It's very, very exciting. But first things first, we have to back our house up. There's lots of trees, as you can see here, very beautiful, but can be problematic for 44-foot long toy haulers.
Yeah, this will be the first time we're like reversing the trailer, except for backing into that spot, which was real fun. But this way, we just have to go straight because there's a bunch of trees at the front of the site that are kind of going to restrict my turning ability, and I don't have a ton of experience, so we're just going to go back and then
talk to each other.
Yeah, easy way.
You got it.
I love you, Grandma.
Good luck. Okay, you can straighten out. Golden. Nice, nice, nice.
Okay. How much further can I keep backing up?
Quite a bit. You can keep coming back like, I don't know, 20 feet. I suck at math. Just when you're pulling forward again, you can keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. There's just a sign to your right, but you're totally gonna miss it, just as long as you're aware when you're going straight.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think I'm gonna go straight now.
Nice, good job.
Kind of just like hoping for the best, really.
It's really all you can do. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. Okay guys, we are coming up to the campground. This is the first time Avery's seen it. This will be the first time that I've seen it without 4 feet of snow. So we're just a little bit excited. Oh my god. You can see how close we are. We have been making this journey for 21 hours. Feels a little bit surreal, so don't mind us as we freak out. Here we go. Turning left.
We'll turn to the left, driver.
To the left! Do you see the sign?
Oh, there it is.
There it is!
Oh, look at that, driver.
Oh my god.
Yeah, definitely kind of hard to get into here, huh?
A little hard to get into for show. You can do it though.
We'll need to do some work on the bit.
Agreed. Are you gonna be okay?
I think so.
Welcome, camper.
Little, actually. We don't need a lot of work here.
Yeah, especially for big rigs. Ooh, the spare tire was rubbing on the ground, but you're good now.
So close.
You're good. You're going over a twig though. You should be fine.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put a lot of work into front of that.
Oh my god, we're here!
Look at this! I wonder whose truck this is.
That's Amber's and what's her husband's. Has been trying to move it for like 7 years. Here we are, Bible.
Here we are.
Tooties! This is our new home, Tooties! Alright, let's take a looky. Yeah, getting into here was very much nuts. I was trying to warn you, but it's hard to tell with the snow. But
Yeah.
look!
Hi. We got a lot of work to do.
Looks a little run down.
Good job.
Look at that sun though.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Yeah. Take a look. You want to bring the toots up? Okay. Hi, little bears. Are they free now? Oh my gosh, Tutors. Are you not gonna know what to do? Go! Come on, buddy.
Come on, guys.
You're free! Yeah! You own this land now, babies.